As another school year winds down, juniors in high school may just be starting the process to apply for college. Now, this can be both scary and stressful, but to help both parents and students get started, author and college admissions counselor Beth Pickett is with us this morning. Good morning, Beth. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Good morning, Kerrigan. Nice to be here. Thank you.
Wonderful. So talk about some of the key pieces of the college admissions puzzle.
You were just mentioning the juniors. They are finishing their junior year. A lot of them are going into their finals. Their grades, especially for this junior year, are critically important. In addition, they need to have that high rigor. So a lot of advanced placement or international baccalaureate classes if they are looking for those very selective colleges.
Awesome. So what is the #1 factor in determining if a student is a good candidate for a specific college?
Well, that first piece is the GPA. What is their grade point average? If they have a B average and they're applying to colleges that are looking for A students, there's going to be a disconnect. So that's going to be the first part of the hurdle for getting in. Next, the colleges are going to be looking at their extracurriculars and leadership. Do they have anything more than just their grades? So those are things that I hope the students have been working on throughout high school, but they can still boost it over the summer before the applications are due in the fall.
Wonderful. So if a student is at the top of his class in high school, is he qualified for any spot in an Ivy League college or university?
Academically qualified, probably. The problem is that being a valedictorian or being in the top 3 students in a particular high school graduating class doesn't necessarily guarantee you a spot there. There are more students that fall into that category than they have spots in the Ivy League. Mm-hmm. So just saying, well, my student is a valedictorian, he's going to get into Princeton, doesn't exactly work that way. It is very difficult because students from all around the world are trying to get into those Ivy League institutions.
Makes sense. So how does the family's finances play a role in this whole process?
It's huge. It really should determine whether the colleges are on list A or list B. And what I mean by that is many colleges have great financial aid if you have a lot of need. So relative to college admissions, if the family is lower income, for college admissions, that means about $100,000, $120,000 or below, they might qualify for good need-based aid at those colleges that give good need-based aid. There's a whole other set of colleges that give good merit-based aid. Bill Gates's kid could earn merit-based aid at colleges that give good merit aid. But those are 2 usually separate lists. So the families need to know which list they're looking at.
Awesome. And this is a question that would have been big for me when I was doing this whole process. Do college admissions offices actually read those essays that we're forced to write?
They do read the essays, and they really want to find out who those students are beyond just their grades and test scores. They really want to find out who the student is in the context of their family, all of that. But they read them really quickly. They only have 5 to 10 minutes to go through the entire application. So the student really needs to make sure that the application is put together with a lot of thought and care for the message that they are giving to the colleges that are reading it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Beth. You do have a new book coming out next month, and we do have the information on our screen right now. Thank you so much, Beth, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.